Hey everybody, welcome to Riverside Students Online. We just wanted to say a quick hello to you from our team. It is summer, and we all know that summer means warmth. It doesn't necessarily mean a calendar date, so we are calling this summer. And we wanted to say some summer shout outs and hellos to you, especially those of you who have birthdays this week. We're going to just go through and wish our friends who have birthdays this week a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Riley Slavicek on June 1st.
Pastor Tom and I want to give a quick happy birthday to Tristan Remker. Happy birthday.
Hey, Sarah Gertz. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ruth Johnson.
Jason Newbanks, happy birthday.
And to Chase Bakken, happy birthday. We are so grateful for you all. We also want to do some of our very favorite shout outs. And so our team's going to kick that off.
Yeah, so from Joshua Miles, shout out to Dawson Sheets and Madeline Brooks. They are the best Fortnite teammates and friends a guy could ask for.
Nice. I have a shout out to Katrina Vogue's family for taking such great care of her aunt and her aunt's kids and helping them stay well while her aunt's having some health issues. Prayers out to that aunt as well.
All right, and Karen Cortez Sanchez would like to give a special shout out to all the McDonald's workers for making such great food. Go McDonald's.
Okay, first of all, Adam, you look like you're covered in mustard. Second of all, Christian Springer, we're giving a shout out for your birthday because he wanted to give a shout out to himself. But we don't normally really do that. And plus, Christian, we gave a shout out to your birthday last time. But anyway, appreciate the effort. Yeah. Hey,
Party it up, Christian.
Happy birthday.
And a shout out from Stephanie Kuhn to Sam Kuhn, and she just wanted to say thank you for being so helpful around the house, including the lawn.
Woo-hoo. Must be related.
Wow, that is so good. Hey, listen, if you guys want to give us some shout outs into the future, we'd love to share them and continue this forward. We also just want to let you know that as we get into the summer, we are really excited to continue to go on this journey with you of what summer looks like with Riverside students, what summer looks like in your life. And we are hearing from you lots of great feedback, both the good and the tough stuff. So keep that coming. Let us know how we can be praying for you, because we do want to pray for you. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on any ideas you have for the summer. That said, we are going to continue forward with our night tonight. And our team just wants to say one last little hello. See you soon.
Hey guys, we love you, miss you.
Hey, I have one question, Tony. Anybody know how Pastor Tom gets this nice tan and I'm just like a ghost? I don't get it. I don't know what he does.
I think he has 2 windows in his office.
He has really nice skin. Yeah.
Lighting. It's all about the lighting.
Hey Riverside students, it is that time of the week for us within our program for us to give out the prizes from those who won last week. If you remember, we did our volunteer appreciation last week, and yes, whoop whoop to all of our amazing volunteers. And we played 2 games. We played What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
What's in the box?
And then we played, what did we do? Charades, right? Yeah, charades. Or sign language. That was terrible. But high school, you won the first game, which was What's in the Box. And so, should we spin the wheel?
Let's spin the wheel. Here we go.
Spin the wheel. Here we go.
Zach Flayland, congratulations!
Nice work, man. Congratulations. Now, let's see what Zach wins. Here we go.
Slip and slide, baby!
Wait, is it a slip and slide baby? Like a baby that you slip and slide on, like an inflatable?
There's a comma.
There's a comma.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
the
comma.
importance
Slip
of a
and
comma.
slide, comma.
The importance
baby.
of a comma is always key when writing or speaking.
Or
yes.
here's a baby for your slip and
Yeah,
slide.
yeah.
Or a slip and
Cabbage
slide
Patch
baby.
doll or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
congratulations, Zach, on that amazing win. Now,
Middle school.
you ready for the middle school one?
Middle school. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
winners charades. So here is who won for middle school. Way to go, cheeseburger! Nice job, man. All right, now let's find out what Isaac.
What do you win?
What'd you win?
Here
Here we go.
Here we go. Wiley Wallaby licorice.
Well, say that 10 times fast.
Wiley
Wallaby
Wallaby
licorice. Wallaby licorice. Wallaby licorice.
My
I sound
favorite
like a
licorice.
leprechaun all of a
It
sudden.
does.
I'm sorry.
Wiley Wallaby licorice.
Oh. All right,
It's, this is like the best licorice in the world. So
It
enjoy.
is.
We're sending you a bunch of
I
it.
don't even like licorice, and I'll eat this stuff. That's how good this stuff
Really
is.
good.
Yeah, it's delish. It's delish. So congratulations.
Congratulations. And then we have a prize just for everybody.
For everyone, because there was a little bit of a controversy there with that charades
Yes.
game,
Yes.
and so we were like, hey, we feel generous, you know, we're gonna give out a
We're nice
gift
guys.
to somebody from both sides, maybe. So this could be middle school or high school could win this. Let's find out who wins. It's
Alyssa Webler!
Congratulations, Alyssa.
Well done, well done, well done. All right, let's see what you win.
Here we go.
Bulk mac and cheese!
I love mac and cheese. I mean, it's,
In bulk.
And anything, anything in bulk is good. What's good? What's not good in bulk?
Coronavirus. Oh man. I don't know. Too soon. Too soon.
All right. Hey, congratulations, Alyssa, and everyone else who won with these games. Thanks so much for tuning in with us last week and tonight. Hope you have a great rest of the night.
Hey everybody, welcome to Riverside Students Online. Tonight we are going to be taking a different turn from even what we had planned to do this week. And so if you're watching, we're grateful. Thanks for tuning in, and we encourage you to interact in the conversation in whatever platform you're on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But we actually felt that as we were getting closer to this week, I personally, I've just been praying about the message. I pray for it every week, but this week I just felt like I was close to what we needed to talk about, but I couldn't figure out why it didn't feel right. And so, long story short, everything we planned on talking about tonight, we are bumping to next week because there is something else we need to chat about that is timelier and something that God has just impressed on my heart. And I need to cave into him on this because even though I would have planned this differently, it really is what we need to talk about. We need to talk about what's going on in our world, and we need to talk about what it means for us. And I don't just mean this in a little debriefing kind of thing. I want to talk about like what we actually get to do, because a lot of us are scratching our heads wondering, what can we do? And so I've got some friends here tonight. They're going to introduce themselves, and so we're going to kick it off here with JC.
Hey guys, my name is JC, and this summer I'm enrolled in the football sports program.
Hi guys, I'm Elise, and this summer I'll be working, going outside, and hanging out with my friends.
Hey everybody, my name is Dylan, and this summer I'll be working, hanging out with my family, and practicing for the ACT.
Hey guys, I'm Janelle, and this summer I'm gonna enjoy my summer as a kid and then prepare for college.
Hey guys, I'm Carter. This summer I'm really just going to be working a lot with my brother and hanging out with friends.
Hello everybody, I'm Madeline and I'll be a nanny this summer and I'll be hanging out with friends and family.
Hey everyone, I'm Joshua and I'm going to be working at a daycare and at a pizza place as a delivery driver because those skills work together.
Hi, I'm Alyssa and I will hopefully be working this summer and hanging out with friends.
And I am Pastor Clayton, and I hopefully to be fishing a lot. And we're excited that you got a chance to join us tonight to talk about things that really matter.
So Janelle, I'm just curious. You came to me like a week or two ago and you just said, hey, like this is a topic I think we need to talk about. What prompted that in you, and maybe even just as it relates to your own personal story?
Well, just seeing everything that was going on before it became like really big. It didn't feel right. Just growing up in South Africa, obviously, I grew up with Black people, and with everything going on right now, I just feel like people should understand that we're all made in the image of God, and sometimes it is hard to think about it that way, but it's true. We are all equal and we're all made in the image of God.
You know, you come from a country where there has been historically tensions between people of different skin colors, but then you move here and you're very clearly not from Alabama. You're very clearly not from Minnesota, and yet here you are, and this is now your home. And you are now from here, but when people hear you speak, you know, you get, I'm imagining, comments or questions or maybe treated differently. What's that experience been like for you? Just even making America your home.
When I moved here and people got to know me, they were surprised that I was obviously like that I was white because I'm from Africa and that I'm white. But I actually really enjoy explaining to them. It depends on what mood I'm in, but I really enjoy explaining to them why I'm white and like the history behind South Africa and how I got to America. So.
That's good. And JC, likewise, where were you born originally, and you're now in Minnesota?
I was originally born in California, but my parents were from Mexico. My dad is from Mexico and my mom is from Guatemala. Growing up in America has been a really hard struggle because sometimes people think because of your skin color, they think that you act a certain way. And I always show that you have to, like every human being acts their own way. And being Hispanic basically is kind of hard with my parents because they always think that they're undocumented and stuff, but they're not. They're trying to make a better life here, and they're trying to be citizens of the United States, and they're trying to live the American dream, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know if this relates to you guys, but I was sitting on my porch yesterday, and you know, our family was eating food, and I just thought, okay, like this doesn't feel anywhere near what's happening in less than an hour away from us right now. Like the sun's shining, I hear birds, it's green, you know, I don't see smoke, I don't see businesses looted, and it really bothered me. It bothered me that I don't know, it was good, which I don't know if anybody else is struggling with that right now, where you're just trying to figure out how are we supposed to feel about what's going on. Like when you guys hear about all this stuff, when you see the headlines, or maybe even watch it, what stands out to you about this moment right now?
Well, it's pretty hard what's happening right now with all the riots. I think that fire can't fight with fire. Like, I mean, we have to find a median where we can find peace between the riots, between colored people and cops, because if the riot keeps raging on, we're not going to find peace anywhere.
I grew up in Minnesota. I've never moved out of Monticello. I've lived in the same house my whole life, so I think that I will never be able to relate to what people are going through in Minneapolis, but
I've just been thinking to myself, like, in these situations, what would Jesus do, kind of? And I know there's like those bracelets going around and stuff with that question on it, and I think that it's just really good to think about for people who can't relate to people who are a different race than them, and they can just think, like, when I'm talking to someone that I don't agree with, what would Jesus do? How would Jesus love this person? How would he speak to them? So yeah, it's been on my mind.
I've never really had a color with skin tone or anything, but when I was little, I used to live out in the country before I moved to Sauk Rapids, and I had this accent when I moved here, and people used to make fun of me for it in Sartell, so I would try to train myself to not use it. And then when I started going to church, people just didn't care. They kind of just accepted me for it. So I was like, all right, if people can do that at church or at a school, why can't we do it anywhere?
Madeline, your dad right now is in the National Guard trying to bring some order to things, right? You've been down there, you visited him.
Yeah.
What was that like?
We had to bring him an air mattress so he could not sleep on the concrete floor for a second night, because the first night he only got 4 hours of sleep. So I guess I feel more direct, like, right by it, and it's really strange. I have cops constantly going around my neighborhood. I've had warnings to check our yards for water bottles full of gasoline. There was bricks found behind shops that I used to go to, ready to vandalize those shops. So it feels really close to me, especially with my dad being gone, and I've had to bring him supplies, and we were supposed to bring him supplies today, but he got shipped out on a new mission to go help all the EMSs.
Is he still local then, or is he, where's that at?
He's still in Minneapolis. Okay. He's just helping the firefighters, he's helping law enforcement, the police, the first responders, all those people.
When we're watching things on the news and we're reading things on social media, and yet finding yourself distance from everything and distance from the crazy, you know, like it's definitely a surreal feeling, and yet there's also this, I think there's this time of you feel like helpless, like what could I possibly do type maybe feeling. What could possibly be my role, you know, in all of this? And so I think a question that I just have for you guys that I'd love to hear is how do you feel like your role, what's your role to play in this? What do you feel like, if you've thought about this at all, but what could your role be, even now, with you being an hour away from really the chaos of everything?
Something for me personally is like, I don't know how to relate to it. I don't know if I ever can. Kind of what Janelle was saying, but like, you know, for me, I've had a good childhood. I'm a white male, you know, like I can't really relate to specifically what the tension is happening. So on one hand, like, I don't know how I myself can speak into everything. But on the other hand, in my daycare, you know, like, I had some kid talking to me about God, you know, and just his impression of that just through his household. And I realized that there's a chance, like, there's a mission field here for that next generation. So I feel like even if I can't directly speak into what is happening now, I can try to create an example on how the next generation should act and how they should view this issue.
Obviously, a lot of us don't know what to do right now because this has never really happened before, but I feel like our main thing that we can probably do right now is just try and love as many people as you can, because I feel like that's a prime way to show how great and merciful God is, and showing people how much we love and trust God with like this terrible thing that's happening, I feel like can really I don't know the word, like, I guess maybe give people that maybe have a negative view about Christians or just God in general, maybe like turn their head a little bit and be like, what? But I also saw something that like there was people, I believe I saw it on Instagram, there was people walking down a street holding up like crosses and stuff and like singing Christian music and just walking around. I believe it was Minneapolis or another big city, and I thought that was really cool. But yeah.
It's good stuff, guys. I want to play something for you that I think will prod this a little bit further, because I think one of our hurdles is we just, because we don't know, we stop. And I think there are more opportunities we have than that. So I'm going to play. It's like a 2.5 minute audio. And as you guys, the rest of you are watching and interacting with us in the feed, just as you hear this and you have thoughts and you want to comment on that, please do. For those of you who are watching in our YouTube feed here. But let me play this for you guys.
I'm not playing games anymore. I'm tired. Dog, I watched my grandfather get beat by 6 cops when I was 9. Like I got spat on my freaking second day of 2nd grade by some white guys and called a porch monkey. I've been pulled over by cops, handcuffed, guns to my head. Like, this is not a game. I'm not going to sit here and debate with everybody over the facts. The facts are what I saw. And that's a man begging for his mother as a guy stands on his neck. And if you can watch a video like that and then not be upset or not even take the time to say, I might not get it, but I'm not going to antagonize black people and try to make them hash up why they feel. If you can't see that, we're not family. We're not brothers. You're not my friend. If all you got to freaking offer is an Instagram post, that's all you got for me? Someone who's entertained your kids, preaching the gospel, if all you have is that, we're not brothers. We're not family. We're not friends. And that's the truth. Because friends don't let friends go through stuff like this and then turn around and antagonize them in the middle of their problems. They get up and they do something. You act like you don't know what to do, but you know exactly what to do for abortion. You know exactly what to do for tithes and all. You know exactly what to do for everything else. But when it comes to black people, you're clueless. You've been clueless for 400 years. No. You know what to do. You just don't want to do it. Just tell the truth. You're a coward. And you want to watch us. And you're watching us die. I have 2 kids. I'm terrified to send into the world. I'm terrified to go into the world at times. Because I want to come back to my family. You know how many traffic stops I've been in, handcuffed for no freaking reason? Get that, man. Like, I'm done trying to consult you on how to be a human. Yeah. That's the God honest truth.
Wow. So that's Derek Miner. He's a Christian musician, and he was just sharing his heart. What do you do with that?
So a couple weeks ago, I got really upset about a logo. I got really upset and really vocal about a logo that my college that I went to. They changed the logo on the mascot, and I was very vocal. Tony can attest to this. I was joking about it, but yet I was also very serious. And how I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I'm going to talk to someone about this. People need to hear that I don't like this logo of the school. And I sat here getting ready to talk to you guys. And I sat here waiting for everybody to show up. And about 2 minutes before people showed up, this thought came to me that, Clayton, you were more upset 2 weeks ago about a freaking logo. Sorry, about a logo from your former school than you are about what is happening. That's wrong. I don't understand everything. I don't understand what people of different race go through. And it's wrong for me to try to say I can or trying to figure it out. But I think what I can do is I can try to learn, and I can try to change my priorities to focus more on making sure people are loved more than my selfish desires when it comes to the logos of my life. So I just need to share that with all of you, because that should wreck me, and I need to continue to let that soak in.
I saw a video online the other day. It was someone giving a speech. It was, how many white people are in the building? Now stand up if you'd be okay being treated as a black person in today's society. No one, I don't think anyone stood up. So that was, and the lady started saying how we know what's happening. We try to do things about it, but yet we accept it because it's not us.
It's good. I saw a video. It's a pretty powerful video. It's a couple men, African American men, who are out in the streets, and all this is going on, and they're yelling at each other. And one of them just says to the other, he goes, "How old are you?" And one goes, "Well, I'm in my 40s, like 41, 42. He goes, "I'm 36. He goes, "And you're angry?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm angry too." And they go back and forth, and the older one's like, "I have every right to be angry. This just keeps happening. Nothing's changing." And then the guy in his 30s grabs a teenager nearby, and he says, "How old are you?" And the kid's like, "I'm 16. And he goes, "You're 16. And he goes, "And you're angry, and I'm angry, and he's angry." And he goes, "There's got to be a better way." He goes, "Because 10 years from now, you're going to be in the middle of a whole nother thing just like this. And there's got to be a better way. And I'm challenging you, and I'm challenging all of your people your age to come up with a better way." And then he just starts crying. He's like, "I got a 5-year-old. It's like, I need you to change what's going on here." And like, I hate to say this, but like, you guys get to make that change in a way that nobody else, no other generation has. Like, I think of my grandparents, my grandpa, who came literally from Italy and came to America. Like, they would stay in clusters within their, ancestry, that he'd stay with the other Italians to survive, to find jobs, to find work. But then that creates suspicion of other people. And then I think of my parents, who didn't have that same issue, but they inherited some of that suspicion, and so that creates stereotypes. And then I inherit that, and I've got stereotypes that I'm growing up with of other people. I'm thinking about what I'm passing down to my kids. Like, you guys, you get to choose what you're being handed and what you're going to do with it. And that's why I love this. I want to read this to you. This is from Matthew 25. And, Jesus, he's talking, and he's like, when everything happens in the end, when I'm in my glory and everybody's with me, I'm going to separate those who are with me and those who aren't with me. And he said, if you took care of me, so when I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, you looked after me. I was in prison, you came to visit me. And people are going to be like, well, when? He's going to say, because whatever you did for the least of them, you did for me. And then he's going to say, oh, and by the way, those of you over here, you're not going to hang out with me, because when I was in need, when I was hungry, you gave me nothing to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, you didn't clothe me. I was sick in prison, and you didn't look after me. And they're going to be like, well, when? He's going to be like, whatever you did for the least of these. So look, you guys, you get to make a change. And I don't know if you know what it is yet, but you get to figure it out. Anybody else? What do you got? What does this stir up for you? Just, let's take a closing thought.
Growing up in South Africa, I knew that I was different, not only because I was white, but white people in South Africa, when it comes to money and wealth, there are a lot of black people that are very wealthy and very rich, but when it comes to wealth in South Africa, white people tend to have more money and have better jobs and stuff like that. And growing up, I in school and stuff, I knew that I had better opportunities than other kids, and like I thought I was better than them because I was white. But after some experiences that I've had in my life, I know that was not okay. And I actually when I was in 2nd grade, I had a gun held to my head by a black man, and I was really afraid of black people, and I was really racist growing up because I thought that all black people were like this black man, and so just like the experiences that I went through, I judged other black people because of what one person did to me and my friend at the time. I was in her house. She got robbed. And now I'm so grateful that I know that you shouldn't judge people based on a single experience. And it's not about color, it's not about black and white, it's about good and bad. People are good or people are bad. And they can be any color. And so, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Janelle.
Thanks, Janelle.
After seeing everything that's been going on, that like Tony said, it's really up to all of us to be the ones to change. Even just one kind act can make a big difference.
You know, something that I've kind of learned, this is related, but like in my spiritual journey, something that I've learned is that, you know, if you're like drifting away from God, it's not necessarily because you're moving away, but because you're not moving at all. You know, if you're not putting any effort to the relationship, then it's naturally going to wither, whether or not you're maliciously trying to endanger that or not. So I do this same challenge here. I mean, like, in, you know, I'm probably missing something, but like, I don't think I've been explicitly racist in my life. Like, I've had some friends who are African American. I've tried to respect people of color, but like, I don't want to just assume that because I personally have been racist in my own eyes. Like, I don't want to just assume that there's nothing I should or can do about this now, this hurt, this rage. So I think my challenge would be, and I'm going to try to work on this myself, but like, you know, don't just say, oh, that's bad, but at least I'm not doing it. You know, like, the true way you're going to help this is if you're not going to be racist, but if you're going to be proactive in stopping racism to begin with. So finding acts of kindness. It could be like an Instagram video, but like, you know, making sure that it's more than that. Like, don't find these like caps for yourself. Like, find new ways. Just as you want to grow in a relationship with God, you want to try to figure out new ways to grow and to expand this love to everyone and not just stop because you aren't experiencing it yourself.
That's good. And I think we need to remember, like, from Adeline's dad, there's people out there on the front lines trying to separate the extreme examples of what's going on out there. And we need to be praying for them, and we need to be raising up, you know, the gospel to them too, so that they're not being led by emotions, but by the Spirit of God in those moments.
When I was younger, I never really understood racism until like I kind of experienced it myself, someone being racist towards me, and then I knew how bad it really felt. And so from then on, whenever I hear something racist towards someone, if I hear a joke, like a stupid joke about it, I'll usually be like, okay, whatever. But if I hear it towards someone, I'll be like, hey, I'll like try and stop it, you know?
To me, that's what I want to just encourage y'all with, is maybe in front of you there aren't 1,000 people of different nationalities and different colors, but you have in your circle of friends a couple of people that everybody just kind of agrees to pick on, right? Like there's that person, there's those few people that out of all of your social structure, when a joke is made, it's usually made about so-and-so. And there's a style of joke about that person. And I want to just dare you to abandon that too, because it's a racism of a different type. It's not racism based on race. It's a social class dividing, which is, I think, the prelude to it. Like, I think if we follow Ephesians 4:29, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what's helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. Like, if we follow that, we're going to speak life and more into this world. And I would also add this: in your anger, do not sin. As you get angry, that's also in the Bible too. It's okay to get angry, but in your anger, do not sin.
Everyone, you get to do something. And when you don't do anything, you're doing something. You're making an impact in some way. And so you have a choice to do what God is calling you to do. And as I was talking to Pastor Tony about this, when he called me to share his heart of what God was putting on his heart about even talking about this week, I just thought to myself, he's being faithful to what God has been putting on his heart. And if God is truly putting something on your heart, you get to act on it. And I just would ask you to do it in the way that God is calling you to do it. Not in a selfish way, but do it in a way that you know that it's going to glorify God and lift up others. If that's simply making sure you pause and pray for people that you know by name that might be impacted by this, or by people you have no clue who it is, but God does. If that's all it is, then okay. If all you do is just listen a little bit more than you normally talk, okay. You get to do something. Everybody, you get to do something. I don't care where you live, what race you are. You get to do something. And by not doing something, you're still doing something. You're still making an impact one way or the other. So that's my challenge, is what are you going to do? Because you get to do something.
We need to be the change we want to see.
Lord, thank you that we can come on Zoom today to talk about really important things. I pray that throughout this week and just in life, that you remind us that we can make a difference and that we have a voice and that we get to do these things. I pray that you just be with everything that's going on in Minneapolis, Lord. I pray that you bring peace to the people that are hurt. And I just pray that I know that everything that's going on, Lord, that you can turn things into a good outcome. So I just pray that everything that's going on is according to your plan, and that something good can come out of the damage that's going on in Minneapolis, but that something good can come out of the pain that people feel as well. I just pray that everyone has a great week. And it's in your Son, Jesus' name, that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, hey, as we kind of end, we've got a worship song we're going to cut to. So sing this out, seek the Lord, and realize you get to do something.